Good afternoon, good afternoon. Oh, good evening, I'm afraid. Yes, once again, I'm here. Yes, taken, yes. Anyway, my name is called Angela B Spragg. Yes. Welcome to my program called Talking Life. Yes. Today we're going to talk about anything you want. Okay? So, if you'd like to join us, it's, well, yes, welcome to Talking Life. My name is Angela B Spragg. Yes.
Oh, yes. How are you?
I am okay. Anyway, as you're a guest, you have to be quiet for 5 minutes. Anyway, saying that, I am Miss Angela Beach Spragg, of course. Welcome to Talking Alive. We've had some bad news about the Queen. Yes, I know, and it's really sad news. Anyway, we got a king now. Anyway, saying about myself. Oh yes, I had a good week today. Yes, I went to the park and everything. Yeah, oh yeah, and really enjoyed myself. It got rainy, you know, and yeah. Anyway, I can't do the impersonation of Angela. No, I can't. So I'll pass you back over to her. Late again, late again.
Welcome, everybody, to Talking Life at 7 every Friday on Crossroads Podcast UK, and it's just about to start. Allow me to start with, just sharing a little bit of heart to heart about, our beloved Queen who has passed away. My humble condolences to the family, to all the people that loved her, knew her or not, all her subjects. She was truly, a bit like a mother or a grandmother to not only to this great nation, but also the world, I would say. You know, we were very, very fortunate to see her in action, so to speak, and she was dearly loved. Her character never wavered. She was so constant. And today, listening to the radio, and the radios have been paying wonderful tribute to our late um, Queen Elizabeth, our late monarch, and she is just, um, she's just, are there words to describe? We can use many words to describe what she was like, or what you read about her. Um, a lot of us don't. I've never met the Queen, and we are not. We weren't likely to meet somebody or a person of that caliber, but her presence was still felt. Today I was speaking with a colleague of mine, and he said, I am not, you know royalist. I don't support the monarchy. It doesn't affect me in any way. But her loss, or losing her yesterday, the nation is feeling the loss, whether you supported the monarchy or not, because everybody is looking at her as a person who was so constant in love and kindness and forgiveness. If you look at, Queen Elizabeth routine, every Sunday she went to church, and no matter what drama there was, she was a problem solver. She wanted to take charge when women were expected to take the back seat. And so I admired her from afar. like many of you. And I just thought, what a courageous soul. And she's just not stopped her work, her service. You know, some people say it's a privileged life, but she sacrificed her life to serve us. And that is a huge service, to sacrifice your freedom to serve the world, so to speak. It's a huge, it's not something that, you know, people can commit to lightly. I mean, if you look at how, you know, going to work Monday to Friday, we moan, you know, at the start of Monday, where's the weekend gone? And then, you know, we've got a Friday's like, okay, we can have 2 days of it. Brilliant. If you can mute, please, Steve, I can hear the phone ringing in the background. So if it's very, you know, most of us probably can't stick to such a strict regimental routine. But no matter what was happening, she was at office, sharp, 9 o'clock. You know, she was a great example. If you look at young people, middle-aged people of today, you know, to stick to such a strict schedule, day in, day out, it's quite a dedication, a lot of effort, and somebody who is 90 plus, you know, huge sacrifice, and just a, you know, the scale of her service to not just the great nation but the entire world was immense. So my gratitude and condolences, and may she rest in peace. I really loved her humor. When I saw her, I loved her being a great mentor, and she wore floral dresses, hence I'm wearing one of the I used to love her fashion. She was just such a cool lady, wasn't she? She dressed really well, and I loved her floral, the hats and some of the dresses. So this is just, you know, rather than wearing the black, I wanted to wear something floral, something to, you know, resonate with something that she loved. What I wanted to talk today about, the entire day I've listened to the radio, entire day, and the tribute on the radios has been just so wonderful. Just the gentle music and mentioning, you know, reading people's comments. All the channels have been doing something similar. And the gentle songs, and so many people are feeling that loss, because there are, you know, millions of people who are thinking, oh, what a shame, what an anchor she was to all of us. You know, we looked forward to Christmas speeches and the starting of the new year, and you know, seeing the pictures and the postcards. Whether you support the monarchy or not, they were a prominent image in one's minds, in this, on the social media, in the media itself, the televised programs. And if you are into history, you would have been following so many groups just to see what was the latest. So in one form or another, you know, there is a sense of, oh, that figure doesn't exist anymore. That constant figure, you know, only 3 days ago, she met the Prime Minister, as you all know. And yesterday, I was listening to great music on my drive home, and I was happy, thinking absolutely nothing that the Queen is going to be no more later on that afternoon. And I was glued to my phone thinking, oh my God, what is happening? You know, I mean, her health has been in decline for some months, and she is, you know, she was a senior. So, but it just tells you, it's so raw, isn't it? To just One minute she is, and next minute she isn't. It's just, it's just, it really touches you. It really touched me today. And this month is, I lost somebody last year, somebody very, very close. And if that person was alive, we both would have been crying. We both would have been crying. And, I just absolutely loved her. There are so many people, whether you had any reason or not, you loved her, and her loss is being felt today. Tomorrow morning, I really, I'm compelled to. It's not that I have to. I'm not into those, following things and be where the crowd is. But I feel compelled to go to, Buckingham Palace and lay the flowers. And I want to just go over there and pour my heart out. I don't know why. I just feel like it. Even as I talk about it, I really just want to have a good cry. Because it's, like Mother Teresa. Oh my God, somebody just so selfless, just gives their life to serve others. She dedicated her life to children. Lady Diana, she modernized in a way the monarchy, whether she did it the right way or the wrong way. But she had so much love, and she wanted to make a difference. She wanted to be the queen of people's hearts. But our queen that we lost, and I think she's not just the queen. She is a bit like that treasured grandmother, the most wise, the person you can just say anything to and talk anything about. If you listen to her, to the tributes on radio, there's so many people who knew her, who met her time and time again, have said, she was just so ordinary person to talk to. It doesn't matter what your status is. You need the ability to connect. And by connecting, you change lives. So wherever you're planted, whatever your position is, whatever you think, wherever you are, make that bloom in that position. Wherever you are, blossom wherever you are planted. And, it's not easy to say, oh yes, everything is done for them, and they live a luxury which we pay for and all of that, but they do work very, very hard. Whatever your opinions may be, she was a great woman, and she was quite courageous in selecting her choices. And it was I used to think about her and think, to carry such a burden on those tiny shoulders, and to make the right decision, and to be loved by the nation. We all do and say things to please others, to be liked. But the Queen just had to remain as she was. She didn't stick. She stuck to her character and her duty, and her, what her purpose was. She was so dedicated and focused on doing what she was designed to. Let's say, well, she wasn't designed to. The responsibility fell on her shoulders, and she just carried on. She just has been so consistent. So, today's topic is about ethical consumerism. And really, today is one of those days that I don't actually want to talk about anything else, but I want to talk about the Queen. So I was thinking, there were a few links I wanted to share. I have been quite late from work, and I almost messaged Steve and say, can you cover me for a few minutes, because I am running very, very late. And so I had a very, very quick shower and change of clothing, and very quick brush on makeup. And I thought, I'm going to try to be on time. So I thought, how can I make ethical consumerism relevant to today? So many people are mourning today. We are, as a nation, in mourning. And it's not the sort of day that you want to talk. It's the sort of day that you just want to go to a pub and just have a drink and talk to your friends. I don't know. That's what I feel like doing, but I can't drink because I have some church duties to complete later on, and I need to drive for that. But I really feel like having a good drink, and I really feel sad. It's it's almost like I'm feeling it here, and I don't even know her. I don't even know her. As in personally, I don't know her. So if you are feeling a little bit like that, a lot of people, that sad energy is heightened, isn't it? So we are all going to be affected by it in some way or form. So I was thinking, the title of today's topic is Ethical Consumerism is a Choice. Now, I shared a poem on my allpoetry.com. Life is choices. Whether we make good choices or bad choices, we don't, at that moment, we don't say, oh, I am going to make a bad choice. Do we say that? We don't say, I have a choice of either a good choice or a bad choice, but I'm going to make a bad choice. I don't know anybody who actually, thinks like that. No alcohol, just cup of tea. So, choices. We don't choose to be bad. We don't choose to bring harm to others. We don't choose to cause chaos. I am talking about normal human beings. I'm talking about an everyday working person who just want to live and enjoy life and raise their family and so on. I'm not talking about the rebels, specially made rebels. I'm not talking about those. My experience of humanity is most people are kind, but then there is always an odd one out. And even that person has probably and most likely have a reason or does have a reason to be the way they are. Because we communicate a lot of our feelings and emotions through our behavior. So there are no bad people. It's just what we have gathered since we have been born. We've gathered so much emotion, experiences of environmental experiences and people and what we eat and who we interact with and our likes and dislikes. They're all choices. Whenever you make a choice, it's a good choice for today. It may not be a good choice for tomorrow. So where ethical consumerism is concerned, we are all consumers because we all are dependent on other people for our existence. I was listening to YouTube the other day. I was doing a little research on ethical consumerism and fair trade. We were having this discussion in our local church over a coffee. Like, we all understand fair trade is the way forward. why is it so hard to live in a fair society? Why are we competing? What are we competing for? What is the purpose of your life? So I made a purposeful decision to live a minimalistic life. Now, looking at, my background, that does not look minimalistic lifestyle. But most of my most of my hoarding, shall I say, includes books. But my vision is for my own life, whatever's left of it, is to live ethically and consume ethically and really minimize my my material products. When I come to the end of my life cycle, whenever that may be, I want to have no more than 2 suitcases full of, the actual material stuff. So that would be few books, my, private correspondence, my paperwork, which we all need, and 1 case of clothing. And I really just want no more than 2 suitcases, maximum 3, but no more than 2 suitcases worth of material. Because if you think about it, if you are Monday to Friday working, I have always been in uniform. All my life, I have worn different uniforms. So most of my life, I am in uniforms. So I tend to make an effort and buy extra stuff that would match my uniform, because those are the clothes I'm mostly in. All the dresses I buy, they are for, I used to socialize a lot, so I wore well. Every dress I bought, I wore it well. I'm not one of those people who just wear the dresses once or twice and that's it. They just sit in the wardrobe. But I am making ethical choices in all my different areas of life. Like I'm experimenting with soap shampoo so that I don't have to use bottle material, reduce the bottle products. I am constant in my recycling. I am constant in only buying what I need to eat and not waste food. But where clothing is concerned, where online is concerned, I haven't mastered this yet. But it is very easy to say, I can get that much cheaper online. But do we think about the person who is giving you this product? Yes, you're paying somebody else, but a person who made this product, who was that person and how were they treated? Did that person had a comfortable, equal pay, comfortable working environment, were over the child age? They weren't children who were making these products. Our entire thinking process is about sales, reduction in prices, get as cheap as possible. But are you helping that cycle to expand, or are you making choices where you are taking action to make sure that person who is created that product was or is being fairly treated, the same sort of treatment as you would be in your country, right? So it's very difficult, isn't it, to think about these things, and it would give me a headache, actually. So you have to make those choices slowly and carefully, and bit by bit change your habits and the way you carry out daily. Like today, um, I have what are the ethical choices I've made today? Every day I will try to do something that contributes positively towards the environment, towards another human being, towards my immediate circle. You know, I try to think about all of those things. I would love to be in a position where I am dependent on my local farmers and my local community for to purchase everything that I need. But is it achievable? On one hand, we want to be ethical in everything. On another hand, we are actually taking away the stability and income of the person who's made that product cheaply. So it's a catch-22. Why can we not be 100% ethical? Because where you are helping, on one hand, one country you're helping, and yourself you're helping to be completely ethical, and the other side of the coin is you are actually now depriving somebody who's made that product and whose life depended on it, who probably bought their entire family the clothing that they might have needed, or the food for a week, or the schooling for the month. But are we, how can this be managed, not controlled? How can this be managed? Are we informed enough, or do you bring the awareness to yourself? There are two type of people that I come across in my life. Is the one who are die hard, and the other one, they say, I can't be bothered with this. This is too much headache. Let somebody else save the world. But you don't have to save the entire world. You just have to change your habit and make your choices that are ethical. They may not be ethical in every area, but maybe start with few percent of your life and then expand and do it slowly. You can say, for example, I'll give you an example. I carry my own cutlery so that I don't have to use plastic knives and forks or wooden knives and forks. But if you just carried your own cutlery, you wouldn't have to use, the knives and forks and spoons in other places. Every place you go to where is eatery, you end up getting the wooden spoons and the plastic spoons, and then you're chucking that away. For me, the ethical choice is to carry your own knife and fork. But that would be just so easy. Like I carry my coffee container, because my coffee will always get cold. There is no way I can drink out of a cup like this. But even now, my tea is cold. Because by the time I stop yapping, everything gets cold. So I prefer a thermal mug. And I carry that with me. It is one of the things I carry: the knives and forks and my thermos. Because that means that I don't have to get the go to Costa, for example, and I don't have to use the paper cup. But they're just simple things you can do. It's not hard work to be ethical, but it's the choices, whether your choices regarding food, clothing, the company you keep, everything comes down to the choice that you make. Everything is about choices. There is a YouTube link we will share in the comment. I did not have time to send the content that I wanted to send to Steve, so he could put that up in the comments. But I will get probably tomorrow, if I do get the time. Not tomorrow, maybe by Sunday. In a couple of days' time, I will share the TEDx links, and it just tells you about that talk. Was so lovely about ethical consumerism, and it's worth listening to. And if you want to do your bit towards the planet, perhaps you need to take time and learn a little bit about the planet. This is where our Queen was a great example, and our King now is a great ambassador for ethical eating, organic eating, being one with the nature. On the radio, one of the on the Heart FM I was listening to, that the late monarch could have done anything that she wanted to do, but she chose to stay or adapt to or enjoy the country lifestyle. She loved the animals, and her animals, I'm sure, will be missing her and her corgis. She spent so much time being out and enjoying the nature and connecting with the nature. It is it's a great example. If you don't know how to be ethical, perhaps read about the Queen and let her continue to be your mentor, your guide. Even, Prince Philip, our late Queen's husband, who passed away last year, even he was very ethical in so many ways, if you think about it. His forte was encouraging the young underprivileged to be part of something great and motivate them to become something. He set up so many things, and he was, quite the solid pillar of the royal family, who supported the entire, the goings and making sure everybody was all right. He was at the center of it all. And I've got a few of his books. It's amazing that the amount of work he did, and he was just so active in connecting with people, making people comfortable, and just bringing that humor side of things. Some of his humor was was probably a bit outrageous, but I loved his sense of humor. I loved it. He had this uncanny ability to, and same as the Queen, to make other people comfortable in your presence. And I really thought he was a great example of a person who served his country really well and supported our Queen. I always used to say, I can't imagine the day the Queen passes, because it would feel like an end of something. It is an end of a great era. It is, is so beyond something that you can't describe. If you select words, you can't describe her influence, the vastness of her influence and the influence of the royal family in bringing so many people together. And that is why I am so sad. But I feel that they also have given us a great example to be great human being. I haven't finished reading Prince Philip's books, but I bought about 3-4 of them. I just loved his leadership. He was a great leader. If he was the king, he would be just like our queen. I'm sure of it. They worked so well together. And the choices, like, even there are so many members of the royal family. They all have more or less the same sort of environment. But every single member of the royal family will have made a choice that felt right to them at the time. We're all humans, whether you belong to something or royalty or whatever. We all go through the same cycle of life. It doesn't matter what your position is or where you are. We all come to crossroads, many crossroads in our lives, and you have to make a choice. Ethical consumerism brings a new it highlights the new important subject of today, because I went to British Red Cross charity the other day, last week or week and a half ago. They have stopped, especially just where I am, my local branch, have stopped accepting donations because they have too many clothes. I was quite taken aback, so I went across the road and gave it to another charity instead. I was quite taken aback. I was like, whoa, sometimes with books and things that concern books and CDs, that is understandable because people just donate so many books to charity shops. But for clothing, this is becoming a problem, a great problem, because there are so many clothes in the shops. We have so many choices, so many selections, so many sources, expensive and organic and not so organic. And I like the old system where you can actually just hire a dress for the occasion because you're only going to wear it once. I very much support the traditional way of doing things because there was just less consumption of everything. There was more common sense, it seemed. But now, I don't know. Does ethical consumerism comes to in your daily conversation? I mean, I'm not talking about you're sitting amongst friends and say, let's talk ethical consumerism. I'm just thinking, when you have your breakfast, do you think about, where did this milk come from? Who made that tea? And what is this cereal made out of? Is this good for me, for my body? Is it good for my family? Does it have the sugar? Where is the sugar from? When you break things down and you analyze, it makes you think. We're so used to open a pack. I am the worst one for it. Give me quick food. I haven't got time to faff about. Quick something, microwave or cook it. I don't mind cooking, but I don't like to spend so much time for food. I like my food to be simple, quickly, and I don't want a lot of faff. I don't like faff with food. I think time is too precious to be faffing over food. That's just my opinion. Some people, my husband used to decorate the food before he served. I'd be like, oh my God. I mean, when he made sandwiches, they were perfect. And you think, I'm going to eat that in a minute, and that's not going to look perfect in my mouth. You know? So he always decorated my food. And it's lovely. But to me, I don't like to pay too much attention to food. Food is something I need to have because I need to nourish, fuel my body. I don't want to make a big deal about food. I don't want to decorate it and make it tasty. Whatever is good, I need to eat it because it's good for my body. But really, I don't want shenanigans where food is concerned. And I want to take that approach everywhere. Everything I do. Do I need this? I really, when I mean, I want to have no more than totaling 3 suitcases. I have decluttered for the past for the past 2.5 years. I have given away so much and binned so much, and I'm still giving a lot. And I want, apart from my books and plants, and a man occasionally, apart from my books and my plants, I don't really want anything in life. Technology I will always invest because they're my tools. They're not the things I want. They're the tools that I need for my work. So I am making ethical choices the best I can. And I still can do a lot more. Like my recent ethical choice was I renewed my phone after so many years, I think 4 years. 2016 was the last time I bought a new phone. So 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. So 6 years. 6 years. For 6 years, I had the same mobile phone. 6 years. So now with the car, I want to keep my car, depend on technology and different things. For at least, I don't want to renew it until it's gone, at least 10 years and see what the state is and what the availability is. But really, I want to examine and bring my thoughts and my mind into awareness of my consumption of products. Consumption isn't just, eating. It's all the products that we use in our daily life. Thank you for that message. But I really, I think I may have to change that 7 to 8 o'clock because it's very, very tight. The schedule is very tight. When I finish work, I mean, today I finished a little bit early, but I literally had 10 minutes to get ready. So I will need to have that discussion with Mr. Beer and see if 7 can be changed to another time, perhaps 8. Or even 9. I don't know. I think 9 probably would be guaranteed. Like I'll be okay. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. But I know Steve is flexible. Can be hoping. But today, I really didn't feel like being humorous. I do want to mourn her death, and I am comfortable with feeling sad because I think when somebody can use her position to impact so many lives, that person deserves every respect. And I didn't feel like being humorous today. So my topic was relevant, relevant to the occasion, if you like. If there is one thing that you can take away from our beloved Queen, uh, take something that she did ethical. She did loads of things ethically correct. She was so, her integrity, the character, the kindness that she showed, her choices were marvelous. I used to think, oh my God, to have all of that information for so many years, 70 years of information, of knowing almost everybody's business and making the almost right choices. And you know it's just you have, whatever your views are, you just have to just admire and pay your humble respects for that person to have made such incredible choices, such incredible choices. And I mean, there was a thing about her shoes. She didn't have, 50,000 collection of shoes. Uh, I think if I read it correctly, she didn't have a lot of selection. I have more selection probably, but she wore the same type of shoes because they were not only just comfortable. I think that was one of her ethical choices. So there are loads of things. If there is something that you want to take away from this loss and want to, you know, pay your respects. Pay your respects by changing one choice that she would have, or what she might have, or what she used to do. Follow something that contributes to ethical consumerism. Would it not be better to eat less and pay more for the best food rather than a quick solution, which even I go for? It's like, if I'm hungry, I can't wait, I need to eat now. But I am very, very good actually. But every Friday I have takeaway. I have one takeaway a week. One takeaway. And that is like ethical, I think. How many pair of shoes you do not want to know? I was decluttering November last year during COVID. I decluttered and I got rid of some of my very expensive shoes because I am decluttering. I have walking boots. Okay, I have I have too many shoes, I think. Because I need, like, shoes for dresses, shoes for skirts, shoes for walking, shoes for training. I don't know. I don't want to count because that'd be like so unethical. Ethical consumerism is the buzzwords of the 21st century. I think we need to bring ourselves into awareness how we are consuming products, not just, body wise or food wise, but how ethical are your choices? I think I would love for, Crossroads podcast radio to receive your comments and to say, after listening to Angela on Talking Life, I have made one commitment. Let's join in. Let's do this together. I am decluttering so much. Apart from my books, which I will have no choice but to declutter. But I have done so well. I have gotten rid of so much stuff, and I want to get rid of just a bit more because I need to get rid of just a bit more. But I have done so well, and I will achieve my goal. I am going in the right direction. So, what choices would you like to make? What choices can you make without giving yourself too much of a headache? Make it seamless. Don't make it like this is a huge sacrifice. It isn't, because when you go into some kind of routine, it becomes a way of life. you know so think about your choices. Think about, well, if you're buying cheap, who is it affecting? How should we bring balance to how we consume products? Let me know if you have any thoughts. Steve, do you have any thoughts by chance? Steve, did you want to join me today? Oh, he is joining.
Yes, well, there you go. Sorry about the phone, guys. Sorry about the phone.
That's all right.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of people were contacting me, so I'm sorry about that. No, I've just been listening, and I've been having my tea, and I was listening, and I think it was really good what you were saying. I think it's wise, and about decluttering. Gosh, what do I need to, you know? I think it's not kind of like material things, but sometimes we need to declutter some things in our lives. You know what I mean?
Yes, and the
You
mind
know,
as
and
well,
yeah,
and the mind.
yeah. Oh yes, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just found it interesting. I was just listening like a good little boy, and kind of like and I found it interesting. I think it's no, I did. I found it really interesting, and
Thank you.
it was really good. Really, very good. Um, I liked your video this morning. About your
Oh,
about
thank
your
you.
church.
Oh,
You
yes.
know,
You want to
I think
marry me
I
in
think
the church, do you?
did I say that? Oh yes, I thought I put it on. I said, Angela, no place to get married. You know, so that was really interesting. But no, I think what you do, I think with your life and everything, with some women out of shoes. I was married to someone who had around about 40 pairs of shoes. So,
Oh,
but um, fine. That's a woman's problem. That's a woman's thing. So, you know, so yeah.
but
So I think it was really, really good.
as a woman, we do have so many different types of clothings, but I'm trying to stick to what I wear and not have too many of those. Like, I am in dresses and skirts, but with my dresses and skirts, I actually wear my boots because I do a lot of walking. So
Right.
the girly shoes I only wear when I'm going to the church or when I'm going out. Like tomorrow, I'll put my heels on. But I'm a boot kind of girl
Right.
because of my lifestyle. I'm always walking about. So to give my ankles um, or keep my ankles balanced, I wear boots. I love wearing boots, and they tend to look nice with casual dresses anyway. And we have the climate for it. But where I got rid of so many shoes because I feel bad. My rule of thumb is I can buy more than one of one particular product if I'm using it a lot. Yeah. So for example, I have two types of boots because I wear boots a lot.
Right.
So they get worn out quicker, and so I have two of those. But everything else, that takes a backseat. I won't have too much. What I want is I don't want to have any product in the house that I am not using. If it's gonna sit there and sit there and sit there, get your friend to use it, give it away, let somebody else make use of that. I don't want in another 2 years time, I don't want anything in the house that I do not use. That's my goal.
Right. Do you have your own house?
I don't have my own house. I lost my house 10 years ago. So I have
Right.
been,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I have been renting because that is the best option for me right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to
So,
leave to
guys,
anything.
if you're thinking
Yeah,
about yeah, if you're thinking about decluttering, it's a good idea. Not just kind of like material things, but also
yes,
kind of like emotional or
yeah,
anything that that cluttering up the way
yeah,
to go forward.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
liked it when you said something about when you're at the crossroads. You get confused which way to go and everything, and that's why we set this up. And it was
yeah,
really good. And you got
yeah.
to go to church now, ain't you?
Yes, we are doing street pastoral duties today. I volunteer to be one of the volunteers during street service. I've never done it before. It was mentioned in the
Street
church.
service. So
Yeah,
explain to people what you do with street service. I know what it
it's
is. It's all about
it's not
giving
it's not,
probably
it's not
giving
that.
food out.
No, it's not wearing a very short dress and be at King's Cross. It's not that, by the way.
No, no, I know. It's about giving food, probably soup and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we will
I
have
know. I
we'll have the vicar and few other, you know, I don't know how many. I don't know if it's just our church or other churches. We're all meeting at 9:30 in Epsom, and I have seen street pastors. So a lot of clubbers, go clubbing on Friday night. There's huge crowds. I think what the aim is to allow people the opportunity to ask questions, because I feel the church, to me, there are two important community hubs, and they were always like that, weren't they? The church was a community hub, and
yeah,
so was the public house. Pubs were community houses. So what's happening? A lot of pubs are going, and a lot of churches are not being utilized for their true purpose, because so many
yeah,
people have lost faith. I see a church as a community hub. If you want to contribute towards your community, churches are great bases. So, why do we have so much mental health issues? Because people, especially the young people, have no community to go to and express themselves. So this street pastoring stuff is giving people the opportunity to talk and ask questions and be part of it if they want to. I think that is what it is.
Do you know?
But I will tell you
Do
more
you,
when I
before
come
I, do you, okay. Before you go, let me ask you something. Did you know that the church can solve the homeless situation? Do you know that?
back. It's what I didn't get that. Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, the church can
Yeah.
actually solve the homeless situation. Do you know
Okay.
how they could do it? Open their
No.
doors, because at the end of the day, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think if the church open, let people in, right? I think some of it will be solved. If the church open their doors for homeless people and let them stay in there, I know they get volunteers and everything, but I think at the end of the day, what does it say in the Bible? It said refuge, refuge and strength. He's our refuge and strength.
Yeah.
So there you go. But anyway, I'm not going to go on no more. So, I've been told off about that, and please forgive me, everybody. But I'm not some box. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Angela.
I'll tell you more about it when I've done it. I'm looking forward to it, so I'm going to get ready and go there. Rather than me drinking and getting legless, I'll be a good girl tonight.
You, you do something good. Good girl. Don't forget to put our wedding date in, all right? Thank you.
Okay, all right. And to all the listeners, like to say thank you very much. If you are feeling sad and a little bit uncomfortable, please contact Steve on our Crossroads Podcast UK. And I hope to see you next Friday. Times may change.